No, after watching Godzilla vs. Kong more times than I can possibly count, it amazes me to think that Gareth Edwards' Godzilla is now 7 years old. I mean it, this is the movie that started the Monsterverse, and it's also the very first Godzilla film I ever saw in theaters. I saw this movie on opening night with my two best friends, and the three of us all thought it was going to be the best movie of 2014. And 7 years later, I can safely say I do think it was, and still is, the best movie of 2014. It's definitely the one I associate the most with that year. The real strength of this movie is its supporting cast, because Bryan Cranston, Ken Watanabe, and Sally Hawkins all do an amazing job portraying Joe Brody, Dr. Shiro Zirazawa, and Vivian Graham, respectively. As for our two lead romantic characters, Aaron Taylor and Elizabeth Olsen, who play Lieutenant Ford and Ella Brody, they do an alright job. It's not that they're bad actors per se, it's simply that they're just kind of overshadowed by the likes of Bryan Cranston and Ken Watanabe in this movie, and of course Godzilla himself. The plot of this movie is simple. The Mutos have awoken and are going to breed and conquer the world, and Godzilla, being the alpha predator of the Titans, has to take care of it. The tone of this movie is very dark. It's almost apocalyptic. It really sets up the size and weight of the Mutos and the Godzillas as threats to humanity. It really almost matches the ominous tone of the very first Gojira movie. I mean it, this movie made an entire audience, myself included, jump out of our seats due to a scare from a seagull. A seagull. I dare you to name any other movie that has done that. But all in all, while this movie isn't perfect, and while I think Godzilla should have been in it just a little bit more, this is definitely a worthy addition to the Godzilla franchise and a great way to start off Legendary's Monsterverse. Next up is Kong Skull Island. See you there.